The seahorse is a unique animal. Whether it's the way it eats, the way it swims, or even the way they reproduce is different from other animals. Let's learn more about the seahorse. The seahorse is a small marine animal that lives in the warm sea. It is of the suborder Chordata, suborder Seahorse, suborder Seahorse, and genus Seahorse. It is a collective for a variety of small fishes in the suborder Sea Dragon, family Sea Dragon. There are many species of horses, including the crowned seahorse, spiny seahorse, tube seahorse, three-spotted seahorse, and grammar seahorse. The seahorse is generally 30 centimeters long, and its head is laterally flattened, horsehead-shaped, and forms an angle with its body, which is basically close to a right angle. His muzzle is long and tubular, much like a straw, and his mouth is small and cannot be opened and closed, and there are no teeth in his mouth, so he can only suck on it when he feeds. The seahorse has no scales on its body surface, and the fish is completely encased in a ring of bone. Its eyes are very special. Each can be turned separately and individually. The seahorse does not seem to be able to swim, because its fins are basically degraded, only the dorsal and pectoral fins are left, so its swimming speed is very slow. Its swimming posture is also very special. Unlike other fish, the seahorse stands up, relies on its dorsal fins to flap for power. Its pectoral fins are long on either side of its head and serve only to maintain its direction. It has a long, slender, subangular tail with a pointed end that can be curled and grown into a curl. The seahorse often uses its tail to curl around seaweed or to anchor itself, as seahorses are not good swimmers. In natural waters, seahorses usually prefer to live in warm currents with coral reefs or lush seagrass, often using their tails to hook tightly onto branches of coral or leaves of seaweed to anchor their bodies from being swept away by rapids. Most species of seahorses grow at the junction of the estuary and the sea. Although seahorses do not have teeth, they are also capable predators, and their predation success rate can reach 90%. Seahorses feed mainly by waiting for the hare, often with their tails tied to the stems and branches of seaweed, or sometimes hanging upside down from floating seaweed or other objects. The body color of the seahorse has a good protective color. Some experts have studied the newborn baby seahorse into a new environment. It can change into the color of the surrounding plants. Seahorses are often active during the day, and become stationary at night. The seahorse likes to eat small bugs. Once the bugs detect the approach of an enemy more than 500 times its own length per second speed to escape, this speed is equivalent to our human 900 meters per second speed. However, the seahorse is able to use the special shape of its head to silently approach its prey and then suck it into its mouth. When the seahorse moves toward the prey, the water pattern near the mouth and nose almost does not move, so it can sneak close to each other and successfully hunt. The body structure of the seahorse is also very special. It does not have a stomach in its body, so food cannot stay in its body, only by constantly feeding to compensate. The seahorse's food is small crustaceans, mainly small worms, shrimp larvae, and adults. Seahorse feeding in water temperature. Water quality is closely related to the appropriate temperature range. High water temperature is feeding, water quality is poor when the intake is also reduced, or even stop eating. Under normal conditions, the daily intake of seahorses is about 10% of their body. Seahorses also have a high tolerance for hunger, because they do not exercise much and their physical energy is rarely consumed. The standby time from birth fry to adult can be from 4 to 132 days. Here's a look at how seahorses reproduce. The seahorse is the only animal on the planet that has offspring produced by males. Seahorse males and females are easily identified by the fact that males have an abdominal sac, also called a brood pouch, while females do not have a brood pouch. The seahorse breeding season is from May to August each year. The eggs will be fertilized in the pouch and fertilized eggs will hatch into young after 50 to 60 days, at which point the male will contract the pouch and eject the young. The newly born young are already fully developed and can feed themselves after birth. There are now 38 species of seahorses listed on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, mainly due to the loss of seagrass habitat and the harm caused by seawater pollution to seahorses. The baby seahorse is also one of the most popular animals in the aquarium. That's it for this video. What other fish do you know that walked? Feel free to leave comments in the comments section.